This is Sunshine coming to you from AJ's on this lovely Sunday evening. Here with me in the spotlight is the great DJ Johnny Mack. So tell us, what inspired you to become a DJ?
Well, the inspiration at first was to not become a DJ. I was in the business as a promoter and a door guy first, and it progressed to I've always loved music, and it just turned into something that it is today.
That's
kind of an accident.
Yeah, that's awesome. So from my experience, you always played like a huge variety of music, which everybody loves. Now, is there any particular type of music or a artist even that you would never play?
I can play any kind of genre, whether it's 80s, 90s, rock, hip-hop, house. I personally hate country. I grew up on Alabama and John Anderson, and so I've kind of gone the other direction with what I spin today.
I agree. So we know about your segment on 104.9 called The Mix Factory. Could you tell us more about it?
Well, as Top 40 is kind of progressing to more EDM as it is. The goal for the show was to take things up a notch and do things that are totally different than what you're kind of expected to on a Top 40 show. Kind of a combined of a BPM mixed with Top 40. Pretty much the best of the best that is, remixes, dance, up-and-coming dance for, hits. Just something that's different than what you're used to from a Top 40 show.
Right. And now, what day and time is that on, the Mix Factory?
It's on weeknights, 10 to 11 on Hot 104.9.
That's awesome. So you played in so many different places. Where would you say is your favorite venue?
My favorite venue has to be Down Ultra Lounge in Boston. I love the city of Boston. The staff has become great friends. The DJs are good friends up there, so I'd have to say Down in Boston.
That's awesome. So how do you decide what you play every night?
It really depends on the crowd. I mean, every different night is a different crowd. Some people like hip-hop, some people like house, some people like trap and movement-on, so you have to be able to be pretty open-minded to different genres of music, and I can play them all, and it all depends on the crowd.
That's amazing. I love it. So what would you say made you so successful as a DJ?
It has to be the people. If they didn't like what I was doing, I wouldn't be where I am today. I've got some great supporters and great fans, and they tend to like what I spin, so it's all because of them.
That's amazing. So overall, do you have any crazy experiences with any crazy groupies that you'd like to share, but do not mention any names?
Well, it's Tallahassee. People think that they're part of the cool crowd by coming out to the clubs and all that. So I mean, everyone's crazy in their own kind of sense. So including myself a little bit. But as far as people goes, not really any crazy stories. People are, I enjoy talking to people if they're respectful and nice to me. People can, sometimes be dicks, just to be blunt. But other than that, I enjoy talking to people, and no crazy stories.
Right.
So.
Well, so does people recognize you in public and stuff? They're like, oh, you're Johnny Mack from the radio.
Well, I try to stay out of the public eye as much as possible because we're just so busy during the day as DJs and the radio guys. But, I've got a lot of friends around town, and so some people recognize me and some don't, and, it is what it is.
So now we have to ask, are you single or are you taken?
I have an amazing girlfriend. Her name is Ashley. She's currently at TCC Nursing School, and she's the best.
Awesome. So how long have y'all been together?
A little bit over a year now.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you think it's hard to have a serious relationship working in your industry or profession?
Well, every relationship is going to have its own challenges as it is. I guess working in the nightlife scene, the hours are the other 9 to 5, from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. So you do learn to take advantage of the time that you do have with, my case, Ashley. And you learn to take advantage of the opportunities that you've got. So
how do you guys, manage to make it work? Do you do anything special for her on specific days, or what do you guys do?
In my case, I prefer to be as spontaneous as possible, whether it's doing things nice, or whether it's going to dinner, or just doing nice things, or taking the nights off. And if you plan things too far in advance, I've learned that things can kind of get interrupted from work. So trying to take advantage of the small opportunities that I've got, and we make the most of them.
Nice. So now, do you think it's important to have a serious relationship, a stable relationship working in this industry?
It all depends on the state of mind. I would prefer to be in a relationship. It's just very simple and very focused on taking care of the music aspect and not about the party. So it all depends on the person involved. So.
Awesome. So how did you come up with the name Johnny Mack?
That's a good question, actually. Some people have claimed that they're responsible for the name. It was one of those things where I kind of wanted to be more radio friendly, where I could use the name on the air and still have a DJ name that was usable, and it ended up being Johnny Mack.
Awesome. That's awesome. So when you have your night off or you have a day off, do you prefer to go out to a bar or a club here in Tally, or do you just want to stay home and spend time with, you know, your significant other?
The days off, what's that word mean? I don't know what days off means. Yeah. I'd say for the days off that I do like to spend as much time in the studio as possible. Going out to clubs and all that. When I do go out, I do like to be kind of motivated and inspired to do bigger, better things. I do like to see bigger artists. But as far as locally goes, for the very few nights that I do have off, maybe once or twice a month, either spend the day to go out. It really depends on the mood. So.
Great. Well, we also know that, you know, you played at a lot of clubs at Tampa and in Boston. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I'll be up in Boston August, I think it's the 10th. I'll be at Blue Martini in Naples tomorrow night. I was in Tampa last weekend. I'll be in South Florida again later on this fall, and some up-and-coming stuff up in the Northeast as well.
So before we wrap this up, is there anybody special that you want to give a shout-out to?
Just all the people that have been there from the very beginning, that continue to support the music and are out here for the right reasons. And thanks to all of you guys. That's why I'm here.
All right. Here it is, guys. Once again, I am Sunshine, coming from AJ's, where the party's always pumping every Sunday night with DJ Johnny Mack. Have a good night, and I hope to see you here soon.